Hi everyone, it's Jerry. On December 14th, 2014, Magnus Carlsen took part in an 11-game simul. He played against 10 Chess.com members and one celebrity, namely Rainn Wilson, also known as Dwight Schrute from America's TV series The Office. Just about 2 years ago, Rainn interviewed Magnus. It's a fun little interview. I'll link that just to the right of the board so you can check it out. And just about 1 year ago, Carlsen was once again playing against a celebrity. Many of you know he played against Bill Gates. That game did not last long. It was only after 9 moves, and Bill Gates was in checkmate. Whenever a top chess player, or in this case a world champion, is playing against a celebrity, the outcome is never in doubt. It's more of a question of, well, in this case, can Rainn Wilson last longer than Bill Gates? Let's find out. The time controls were set at 25 minutes, with a 25-second increment. Magnus Carlsen had the white pieces. He opened with e4, Rainn Wilson replying with g6, knight f3, d6, d4. White has now this ideal pawn center, bishop g7, bishop c4, getting all the minor pieces out. Black follows up with bishop g4. This is another minor piece getting developed here. Unfortunately, it's a serious mistake. At first glance, it appears quite all right, since it is restricting one of White's pieces. The knight, in this case, is pinned to the queen, but at the same time, the bishop is unprotected, and in this case, it's tactically vulnerable. What now follows is bishop takes f7, and after king takes, knight g5 does two things. One, attacks the king, and two, attacks the bishop. And so after the king moves, the bishop will be picked right back up, and now, taking stock of this position, Black is simply down a pawn, uncastled, and has a serious weakness in that of the e6 square. A better move, instead of bishop g4, would have been knight f6, getting another minor piece out, preparing to castle, and at least at this point, if you want to play bishop g4, this tactic would not be on, because the knight would be defending the bishop. But as it played out, the bishop played there immediately, which does allow the tactic, and now has Black in a very, well, basically a losing position. You cannot stop the knight from getting into this square, and it's just going to go from bad to worse. Knight h6 develops with tempo on the queen, but she still stays trained on this e6 square, which means that the knight will simply not be denied that post. Even if the queen plays up here to defend, he would still jump in there with great effect. So what's tried is knight d7, knight e6, hitting both queen and bishop. Rainn saves the more valuable piece, queen c8, but now the bishop falls with check, and these pieces are just falling like dominoes, unfortunately for Black. There goes the bishop on g7, and there goes the knight. We're just about a dozen moves in, and Black is down a pawn, knight, bishop, and remains, well, uncastled. So it's just a matter of mopping this one up here, finishing things out, getting completely developed, in other words. White does just that after castling on this move 15. C takes, E takes. We now have a half-open E file, a file that will soon be occupied by both white rooks, and this E7 pawn will soon collapse. White coming in here, avoiding the queen exchange. White once more going right after the Black king, piling up now on e7. Black defends it for the moment, but after another piece is added to it, this square here is simply going to collapse. After knight g4, rook takes, rook takes, rook takes, king c8, we're already at a point where it is a checkmate in 4. If you'd like to, go ahead, pause the video, see if you can find the checkmate in 4 from this position. Okay, the solution here, or how this game finished up, is as follows here, with rook e8 check. Black only has one move, one legal move in each of these cases. Rook takes, queen takes, king c7, knight e6, that is a fork. The queen can be won, but White can do one better. After queen b5, that's checkmate, and the game is over after just these 28 moves. But he did last much longer than Bill Gates. Feel free to share what your thoughts are on this. It's always, for me at least, a little bit fun to see a celebrity play against a top chess player. Just a fun little question for those of you here on YouTube. How do you think Rainn Wilson would do if he was to play against Bill Gates? And also do know that I've provided a link in the description where if you'd like to add Magnus Carlsen as a friend on chess.com, he does have an account. He's actually had one for a little bit now, but these are the only games he's played thus far, these 11 games from the simul. So if you'd like to add him as a friend, I've provided a link in the description for you to do that. And also that link will allow you to also see the other games that he played from this simul. So that's all for this video. I hope you found it a little bit fun. Take care. Bye.